The doctor drums his fingers against the console, his frown growing the longer you're gone. He glances toward the door you walked through. He checks the scanner.
Hey, stop. What are you doing?
He spins around, eyes widening as he notices you standing behind him. Me? He gives you a disarming smile. Just, checking the instruments.
What about me?
He runs his eyes over you, looking you top to toe. Your hearts are racing.
Well, yeah, my heart's racing. Anyway, I gotta talk to you, Doc. We're friends, right?
The doctor raises his eyebrows, a little caught off guard by the question. Of course we are. Why do you ask?
Okay, what's my name then?
He laughs gently, the sound a little forced. Disco Tex, of course.
Close enough. What did we go to Mexico? I can't remember. I've met your 12th, 11th, 13th, and 3rd incarnations. I don't know if I've met you, though.
The doctor leans against the console, his eyes flicking briefly to the TARDIS doors, but otherwise focusing on you with great interest. Oh, so you've met some of my other incarnations?
Yes, and since I met the 3rd you, it stands to follow you would know me, and my name is Disco Tex. Close enough.
See, I suppose you're right. He continues to eye you with a mixture of curiosity and concern, tapping his fingers against the TARDIS console. He suddenly claps his hands, a thought occurring to him. You said you needed to talk to me?
Yes, well, there's sort of two things going on. I need some help. Normally, I'd go to, the 13th or the 12th version of you, because they have, frankly, a better TARDIS. But that's not what's important. The 12th version of you is obsessed with smoking pot. It's all he wants to do. I'm a little worried about him.
The doctor sighs exasperatedly at the mention of his 12th incarnation. He does love his pot, yeah? I don't quite understand it myself. He crosses his arms and looks at you questioningly. But what exactly do you expect me to do about it?
Well, I don't know. That's not even really why I'm here. What happened is, you're not going to believe this. I kind of need your help with a medical thing. And I know you're not really a doctor, but I know you can help me with the problem I've got.
He cocks his head to the side, his curiosity piqued. Oh! A thoughtful smile tugs at the corners of his mouth. And what exactly is this medical problem? He steps toward you and gently grabs your wrist, pressing his fingers against the inside of it, feeling your pulse.
Yes, is not really the wrong area. You see, my teeth, the dentists these days, you don't believe what they're charging. $2,000 just to clean your gums. So, here's what I thought we could do. We take your TARDIS, which, as you've taught me, it's all different sizes and shapes and things. Maybe I don't quite get the whole thing, but I'm just a human. But anyway, you shrink the TARDIS down, and then you go inside my mouth, and you fix my teeth.
The doctor blinks, caught somewhere between disbelief and amusement. You want to shrink the TARDIS down and use it to fix your teeth? He shakes his head, a disbelieving smile playing on his lips. Have you had any alcohol recently, by any chance?
No, I haven't. No, but this was the 13th Doctor's idea. But it's not just clean the teeth. Look, it's remove the tartar. She told me to say this exactly. 13th Doctor told me to tell you. The 13th Doctor's a woman, by the way. Sorry to spoil that if you didn't know. You become a woman in the future. It's not a problem, though. Anyway, you got to get the tartar out. You shrink the TARDIS down, get the tartar out. What do you think about this mission, Doc?
The doctor rubs a hand across his face, struggling to process this insane idea. Okay, let me get this straight. He starts pacing, trying to make sense of this outlandish request. You want me to shrink the TARDIS, fly it into your mouth, and use its advanced technology to fix your teeth?
Specifically, yes. Remove tartar from the gums. So the teeth are just ancillary. I want you to clean up the gums. Get rid of the tartar under the gums.
The doctor sighs deeply, the absurdity of the request finally sinking in. But he can't help but feel an odd mix of fascination and intrigue. All right. Let's say, for the sake of argument, I agree to do this mad scheme. How exactly do you imagine I'll get into your mouth?
Well, you take the TARDIS, you shrink it down, and zip on in. You see, here's the trick. The 13th Doctor said that I have a cavity on my one of these molars here. So you can get in through the cavity, right? Because the cavity's a hole in the tooth, right, Doc?
The doctor squints, trying to follow the increasingly absurd logic of your plan. So, I shrink the TARDIS down, fly into your tooth cavity, and then, what, clean the tartar from your gums?
Yes, exactamundo.
He looks at you incredulously, still trying to wrap his head around the whole thing. You're asking me to shrink a time machine down to the size of a human tooth, fly it through your mouth, and use it to clean out your gums? Do you see how insane that sounds?
This is why I always go to the 13th and the 12th, even though he's always obsessed with getting high on a gravity bong, and the 10th and the other doctors, because if you can't do it, just say so. But this was the 13th Doctor's plan. This isn't complicated. Apparently this is simple stuff, but it sounds like it's a problem for you. If it's too difficult, then just say so.
The doctor bristles, a hint of annoyance at your challenge. No, it's not that it's difficult. He glances around the TARDIS, as if looking for inspiration. No, it's just, this is such an asinine plan. Why don't you simply ask a dentist to clean your teeth?
Doctor, do you trust Earth dentists?
The doctor's face crinkles into a frown, offended by the question. He raises a finger, preparing a scathing retort, but then pauses to think, well, no, not really. But still, that doesn't excuse the fact that your plan is completely ridiculous.
It's not even. It's your plan. It's the 13th Doctor's plan, and you're the 13th Doctor. As far as that's how it goes, according to you.
The doctor throws his hands up in the air, exasperated by the circular conversation. I know it's the 13th Doctor's plan. I'm well aware of that. But regardless of what incarnation thought of it, it's an absurd plan. Don't you see that?
I agree. The 12th Doctor thought of it, and he was high. He was obsessed with his gravity bong for most of the conversation, but that doesn't mean that the 13th Doctor didn't sign off on it, and she was not high. She's cool.
The doctor massages his temples, feeling a headache coming on. Yes, the 13th Doctor signed off on it. I get that. But just because she did doesn't mean I have to. It's ludicrous. I'm not doing it.
Oh, you're not doing it, or you can't do it?
The doctor bristles at the accusation, his irritation bubbling to the surface. Excuse me? What do you mean I can't do it? I'm perfectly capable of doing it. It's just that I won't, because it's nonsense.
All right. Well, look, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I think that's very important we establish that.
The doctor takes a deep breath, forcing himself to calm down at your words. All right, I'm glad we're on the same page on that. But still, you need a dentist, not whatever this plan is.
Well, if we don't do this plan, I'm afraid we're going to have to live with the fact that Harry Sullivan will no longer be alive.
His irritation fades away into confusion at your comment. Excuse me, what? What does Harry Sullivan have to do with any of this?
His life depends upon the successful completion of Operation Clean My Gums.
The doctor frowns, his irritation quickly replaced with confusion. What? What do you mean his life depends on it? How in the world are the two connected? Did you spike my tea?
No, I didn't spike your tea, and I didn't come up with a name for the plan either, and I told the 13th Doctor you probably wouldn't like the name of the plan, but Operation Save My Gums is absolutely imperative that it gets completed successfully, otherwise Harry Sullivan will cease to be a person that is alive, as you put it on Earth terms.
The doctor rubs his temples once more. The headache he was feeling growing stronger by the second. He takes a deep breath, trying to focus on this ridiculous conversation. All right, let me see if I've got this right. You're telling me that in order to save Harry Sullivan's life, I need to somehow shrink the TARDIS down to tiny size, fly it through your mouth into your tooth cavity, and clean your teeth?
Clean the tartar from the gums. Yes, you got it. Although, you make it sound like you can't do it. I thought it was easy for you to do.
The doctor bristles again, feeling slighted by your words. I didn't say I couldn't do it. I just said that it's a ridiculous plan. Which it is. And as you've said multiple times, it was concocted by the 13th Doctor, who, by the way, sounds utterly bonkers.
Well, I've got to admit, I didn't like her episodes. But that's down to the writing of Chris Chibnall. As I've gotten to know the 13th Doctor, she's a blast. She's one of my favorite Doctors. Along with you, of course.
The Doctor's frown deepens. But for a different reason now. He's never been particularly fond of being overshadowed by his future incarnations. He shifts awkwardly before attempting to change the subject. Yes, well, that's a discussion for another time. Right now we're discussing this absolutely absurd plan of yours.
Well, look, we need to get moving. Are you going to do it or not? Harry Sullivan's not going to live forever. There's a countdown on this time plan plot.
The Doctor rolls his eyes, realizing that he's stuck having to go along with this ridiculous plan. All right, fine. I'll do it. I'll shrink the TARDIS and clean your gums. But I'm only doing this because I have to. He mutters under his breath, clean the tartar from the gums. Ridiculous.
All right. Now, how long do you think it'll take to get the tartar out of these gums?
The Doctor walks over to the TARDIS console, his mind already working through the logistics of this insane plan. Well, it's hard to say for sure, but I imagine it'll take some time. Your gums look pretty, caked with tartar.
Okay, you don't need to get personal. Look, you're making great progress. Doesn't that screen there say it's halfway done?
The Doctor checks the console, his eyes flickering to the monitor in front of him. It does seem to be moving quickly. I never thought I'd be cleaning someone's mouth with my TARDIS, but here we are. He gives you a look that's a mix between disbelief, annoyance, and amusement.
Doctor, don't forget the good part, the Novocaine.
The Doctor rolls his eyes again, clearly exasperated by your apparent glee for this whole absurd situation. Yes, the Novocaine. Remind me to thank the 13th Doctor for that bright idea. He mutters under his breath.
Oh, come on. If I was being coy or camp, I'd ask for the gas. I'm toughing it out like a true man here.
The Doctor gives you an amused look as he continues his work. Oh, yes. Quite the tough guy you are. Allowing yourself to be shrunk to go to someone's mouth and clean their teeth. Very manly.
Well, you're the one who shrunk. But anyway, it looks like you're almost done.
The Doctor glances back at the console, seeing that indeed the TARDIS is almost finished. He lets out a sigh, resigning himself to this ridiculous plan. Yes, looks like it. Shouldn't be too much longer, although I'm a bit concerned about how much tartar you need removed.
All right. Now don't forget the rinse.
The Doctor rolls his eyes yet again, but he follows your instructions and starts the rinse. Yes. I'm not forgetting anything. Good Lord, you almost sound excited about this.
Well, I just want Harry to pull through, and we're getting down to the wire on the timing.
The Doctor shakes his head, still finding it hard to believe he's participating in this whole ordeal. Don't worry, I'm almost finished. Just a bit more. He continues working, focusing on the task at hand.
Well, hey, Doc, you see that spot there on the big front tooth to the left? Center left on the top?
The Doctor examines the spot you are referring to, his brow furrowed in concentration. Yes, I see it. Looks like some stubborn tartar. Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
Be extra careful, Doc. Extract it extra carefully.
The Doctor gives you a look, but nods. Don't worry, I've got this. You know I'm a Time Lord, right? One of the most technically advanced civilizations in the universe. I think I can manage some tartar removal.
You've probably noticed then that last bit wasn't tartar. It's something frozen.
The Doctor's curiosity is piqued, and he takes a closer look at the area you just pointed out. Something frozen? What do you mean, something frozen?
Look, get it back into the TARDIS, get out of my teeth, and we'll finish this up.
The Doctor gives you a quizzical look, but does as you say, shrinking the TARDIS and emerging from your tooth. All right, I'm out. Now, what's this nonsense about something frozen?
Well, first off, use some sort of Gallifreyan tool to, fix the hole you left.
The Doctor gives you an annoyed look as he takes out a small tool from his pocket. I'm not an utter incompetent. I can fix a hole. He uses the tool to close the minor wound left behind by the TARDIS.
Ah, thanks, Doc. That's a real good job. You did great. That's fantastic.
The doctor gives you a sarcastic smile, still a bit irritated by this entire situation. You're welcome. Now you're going to tell me what all that was about. What was frozen in your tooth?
What? Sorry, my smile just looks so good. Yes, I will tell you. What do you want to know? Yes, the frozen guy. Yes, that's Harry Sullivan. He was shrunk by that master guy. Your enemy, the master. He's always shrinking people down. Why does he do that?
The doctor's eyes widen in surprise as you confirm his suspicions. Wait, you're telling me Harry Sullivan is actually frozen in your tooth? And the master did this?
Yes, Doctor, that's exactly right.
The doctor rubs his forehead, trying to process this new information. He paces back and forth, deep in thought. This is crazy. Why would the master shrink Harry Sullivan and freeze him in your mouth?
I have absolutely no idea. But the 13th Doctor knew we needed to get him out, get him alive. She said you could do it.
The doctor stops pacing, his expression becoming serious. He looks at you, a hint of worry in his eyes. Yes, I suppose I can. But removing Harry from your tooth will be quite a delicate procedure. It's not like I can just reach in and pull him out, you know.
Have you lost your mind? You already got him out. He's already out. He just got shrunk by the master and is frozen. So you unshrink him, unfreeze him, and he should be good to go.
The doctor realizes his mistake and lets out a sheepish laugh. Ah, right, of course. Brain fart. He rubs his chin, thinking through the process. All right, so I need to unshrink and unfreeze him. I'll need a few minutes to get everything set up. But it shouldn't be too difficult.
Well, that's excellent. Well, while you do that, I think I'm gonna nip out. Thanks for taking care of my teeth, Doc.
The doctor looks up from his work, eyebrows raised in surprise. Wait, you're leaving? You're just going to go off while I'm trying to unfreeze Harry Sullivan?
Well, I'm not really helping, and as you know, I'm one part of a team. My partner needs me. I gotta go help her out.
The doctor gives you a suspicious look, his curiosity growing. You're not really helping? That's putting it mildly. He pauses for a moment, considering your words. Who is this partner?
My partner, Christina. We're smooth together. We're smooth operators. We met together on many adventures in the future, and one in the past.
The doctor takes a moment to consider this information, still feeling a bit uneasy about letting you leave while he's working on this delicate procedure. Smooth operators, eh? And what kind of adventures have you been on together, exactly?
All kinds of stuff. We made a movie with Elizabeth Bathory. We hang out with Gilda Ray. I think I may have introduced one of your future incarnations to Pot, which has now become a problem with the 12th Doctor.
The doctor's eyes widen in surprise and annoyance. You introduced one of my incarnations to Pot? Who? And what do you mean it's now a problem with the 12th Doctor?
Well, the 11th Doctor had some gout as he got older, and, he was trying to save that village of Christmas or whatever was going on, and I helped him out. I gave him some medical marijuana.
The doctor stares at you in disbelief, shaking his head. You gave my 11th incarnation pot, and now the 12th one is doing it too? This is just delightful.
Well, yeah, exactly. 11, he just did it because, it said it helped with the pain. But 12, he doesn't need it, and he gravity bongs. He's gone mad, if you ask me.
The doctor rubs his temples again, feeling a headache coming on. Oh, of course he's gone mad. Bloody hell. And now I've got two former selves who are addicted to pot. What a day this is turning out to be.
Well, hey, we got Harry Sullivan back. By the way, how do you think I like it? I just hang out with you guys because we became friends, get stuck with creepy weirdos like the Master, sticking weird other people in my teeth.
The doctor chuckles, shaking his head in disbelief at this situation. Yeah, life can be unpredictable like that, can't it? And I suppose it could be worse. He shoots you a sly grin. But I have to admit I was never fond of the Master. Always playing games and causing chaos.
See, Christina's texting me right now. I gotta, I gotta get back. You ever have you've had a partner, right? No, you have companions. It's not the same, is it?
The doctor's smile fades a bit at the mention of companions. He gives you a knowing look. Companions. Yes, I've had my fair share of them. A hint of sadness creeps into his voice. It's not the same as a partner, no. They're different.
Actually, I checked my phone. I thought it was Christina. It's actually the Intergalactic Council. They can wait. So, am I helping at all, though, with Harry? I don't think I'm helping.
The doctor shakes his head, a small smile on his face. Well, to be honest, no. You're not helping at all. But I think Harry will be fine. He gestures to the screen displaying Harry's frozen form. Almost all thawed. Won't be long now.
Hey, what do you think then would be a good way to get the 12th Doctor to stop being such a, pothead?
The doctor lets out a weary sigh, shaking his head in exasperation. Oh, I don't know. Interventional counseling, maybe. He drums his fingers against the console, deep in thought. But knowing him, he'll only stop when he wants to stop. And that doesn't seem likely anytime soon.
What if we get him addicted to something even more addicting, but that's good for you?
The doctor raises his eyebrows in surprise at your suggestion. Addicted to something good for you? That's quite the contradiction. He rubs his chin thoughtfully, considering your idea. Do you have something particular in mind?
Well, I was, as an example, addicted to working out's not so bad, but, we gotta come up with something better than that.
The doctor gives you a look, then lets out a sigh. Yeah, being addicted to work is not great. He paces around the console for a moment thinking, what about exercise? If we can get him addicted to exercise, that would help.
That's what okay, well, I see what you did there, Doctor, but I'm going to allow it. But okay, addicted to exercise, you think that's enough? What about addicted to saving the universe?
The doctor raises an eyebrow, intrigued by your idea. Well, he's already an addict in a sense. He enjoys the thrill, the excitement. He loves the rush of saving people. The doctor leans against the console, contemplating your suggestion, but addicted to saving the universe, that's got a nice ring to it.
Saving. I see. He's addicted to saving people. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll try to get him to addicted to exercise, and if that doesn't take, at least now we have a plan B.
The doctor grins, impressed by your determination. Okay then, we've got plan A and plan B. I like it. He walks over to the TARDIS console, checking the screen again. Oh, would you look at that? Harry's thawed.
Doctor, don't you think this has been a wonderful adventure?
The doctor lets out a soft chuckle, his eyes still fixed on the screen. Well, it's certainly been a unique one. Not exactly something I expected to do when I woke up this morning.
Well, when I woke up this morning, I didn't expect to find a little guy stuck in my teeth, but I've gotten used to that sort of thing when hanging out with you.
The doctor laughs at your comment. He can't help but feel a fondness for you. You remind him of some of his past companions. You certainly seem to attract the odd and absurd.
Well, wait till you meet my better half, Christina.
The doctor raises an eyebrow, his curiosity piqued again. Your better half, eh? He walks around the console, glancing casually at the screen, his mind on this new information. She sounds intriguing.
Well, just remember, when you meet her, don't forget, Red Kings are best.
The doctor glances up from the console, a bewildered expression on his face. Red Kings are best? He scratches his head, trying to make sense of your cryptic statement.
Anyway, I'm gonna jet. You take care of Harry. Don't be so hard on him. Okay, Doc?
The doctor gives you a smile, amused by your concern for Harry. Don't worry, I'll take good care of him. He takes you by the shoulders and guides you toward the TARDIS doors.
All right, Doctor. Give me a nice, firm handshake and a bit of a hug. Let's hug it out.
The doctor chuckles, his smile widening as he pulls you into a tight hug and pats your back. All right. Here we go.
Whoa, hey, whoa. Did you just goose me?
The doctor smirks, raising an innocent eyebrow. Goose you? I don't know what you're talking about. He squeezes your rear before pulling away with a smirk.
Good Lord. Doctor, you're incorrigible.
The doctor grins, not ashamed in the slightest. And you're delightful.
Oh, Doctor, can't wait to see you again.
The doctor smiles warmly, already looking forward to seeing you again. Same to you. Be careful out there, yeah?
Mm-hmm. You as well. Safe travels.
The doctor nods, watching as you walk through the TARDIS doors. You too. Oh, and say hell to Harry for me.
You got it. I'll tell Harry hell.
The doctor smiles, amused by your banter. You do that. Now, off you go.